Hi students, so by now what you should have completed is constructing this rectangle. So I need to tell you two things. Then first of all, I need to do two things in this video. First of all, I need to show you how the steps on how to construct this rectangle and drawing the diagonals. And another thing is to explain this comment right here on top. So the first thing that I'm going to do is start constructing this rectangle, and then I'll move on to what there is written here. To draw a diagonal of a shape, you must bisect the angle as shown before. So let me start with this. So the first thing, and we're just going to go through it because this is the same thing every single time. We draw a line at the base of our paper. Now remember, in the previous video I told you a little bit regarding the 1:2 scale, just in case, and I'm going to rub this part off. Okay, so since it's telling us to take the scale 1:2, that means if here I have written 3, that the length from A to B is 3, therefore my question mark would be, so what should I do from 1 to 3? I need to times 3. So what should I do from 2 to my question mark? I need to times 3. And so it will be the value 6. So in actual fact, the 3, I'm going to double it. And this, the length from A to B is going to be 6, let's say 6 centimeters. And the 1.5, if I double it, it will be 3 centimeters. So now it won't be so small. So let me mark my point A on my line. Let me mark the length 6 centimeters. So I need to use my compass. I open it up 6 centimeters. I place my compass at A, and I mark my baseline. I check, it is exactly 6 centimeters, so I can continue going. I need to construct the 90 degrees on either side, at A and at B. So let me open my compass just a little bit. Let me do 2 markings on my line. Let me open my compass a little bit more, and let me draw another 2 arcs. I can then get my ruler, put them both in line with each other, and draw a long straight line. Next, I'm going to do the same thing at B. I'm going to open my compass a little bit, place it at B, draw 2 arcs on either side, open my compass a little bit more, place my compass on the newly drawn arcs, place my ruler in line with the 2 markings, and draw a long straight line. And how long should this line be? This line should be 3 centimeters. So I go back to my ruler and compass. I check I open my compass 3 centimeters wide. I place my compass at B and I mark it. I place it at A, I mark it, and then I join them together. And I would have constructed my rectangle A, B, C, D. Now, at the top, there is written to draw a diagonal of a shape, because we have diagonals. How do I know the diagonals? These lines are diagonals because they're going from one side to the other, from one corner to the other. At an angle, okay? Now, when we say to bisect, that means that we are halving the angle that is given to us. But in a rectangle, when you bisect an angle, yes, you are halving it, but the diagonal is not half the angle. So in actual fact, the comment that is written over here, to draw a diagonal of a shape, you must bisect the angle as shown before. This is, and I want you to write this down as a note, this is referring to a square where all sides referring to a square where all sides are equal. So if you have the same thing like this, but in the shape of a square, then yes, the diagonal, you need to bisect it. You need to bisect your angle, and you would be creating the diagonal line. But since we have a rectangle, then you literally just get your ruler and draw the line from one corner to the other, okay, at an angle. And it's telling me how long are the diagonals. I'm going to measure it, and the length of the diagonal is 6.8, 6.9 centimeters. So the length of diagonal, okay, is 6.9 centimeter, give or take 0.2, girls. And if we have to find the original length, so if we're taking 1:2 now and we need to go back to the original, so we need to divide the 6.9 by 2. And if I divide the 6.9 by 2, so 6.9 division by 2, it's going to be 3.45 as a unit. I'm going to leave it without units because it was given to you without units, right, girls? So that is your answer, +2 -2 on either side. But I wanted to explain this for you regarding what there is written. So for you to draw a diagonal, it is correct to a certain extent to bisect the angle, but it depends which shape. Your shapes have the particular shape that allows you to bisect the angle to create the diagonal of the shape would have to have equal sides, such as the square. But when you've got a rectangle where not all sides are equal, you cannot bisect the angle. It doesn't work out. All right, so in this case, all you'd have to do is just join from one corner to the next. And that is it. So this is the end of constructions. I hope it wasn't hard to follow, and tomorrow we're going to be starting a new topic. So I will speak to you tomorrow, girls.